Hey guys, how you going? My name's Nathan and I'm the owner of iFab Direct and also iFab Steel. Today I was just going to give you a quick run through on iFab Direct's website, the process and also our online configurators, and just show you how they work and some of the functions. So just so you feel a little bit more comfortable when using our process and also checking out as well. So I'm just on the iFab Direct website now. The first thing I want to do is click Start Designing. It's going to take you through to our product page. So you'll see here some are green and some are grey. So these are products that are coming soon and the configurators are getting built. So we want to click on staircases and that'll take us down to a product we can choose. So I'll click the monostringer staircase and that's going to launch our configurator. So just give it a second, depending on how fast your computer is, it can sometimes take like a minute or something to load. The configurators are quite in depth, they're quite powerful, so it might just take a few moments. Okay, so that's just loading up now. Alright, so the first thing you'll see is that it loads basically a 3D model, so you can actually just grab that, left click with your mouse, and you're able to rotate and move around that and navigate around that model straight away. With your scroll mouse, you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can use the center button on your mouse just to pan left and pan right as well. So you can easily navigate around it and get a good visual representation of the product straight away. So a lot of functions on the page. I'll run you through all of them pretty quickly. So bottom right hand corner is probably one that you might need if you're using this site, and that's the live help button. So this little button down here, anytime you want, you can just click that and it's going to open a chat bot, or I shouldn't say bot, a chat box is probably more appropriate. It's not a bot, it's basically a direct line to me and my team. So if you have any questions, you can reach out and like a real person will actually get back to you within business hours. And if we're not available after business hours, we'll get back to you the next day. So if you have any questions at all, just hit that and it's a really good quick way to get some answers that you might need. I'll just close that down. Okay, so down the bottom, we've got some other buttons down here. We'll start with these green buttons. So you've got 3D model, top view, front view, side view. At the moment, it's in 3D model mode. These will launch the 2D views, or basically your sort of shop drawings and set out plans. Okay, so I've just clicked top view and you'll notice it's a 2D drawing here. It's got a lot of dimensions here, you know, panel widths, headboard thickness, finished openings, front view. I'll click on front view and we'll load a different perspective. So you've got distances from walls here. So when you're installing that staircase, you have all the information you need to show exactly where it goes. Also your finished floor thicknesses, finished ceiling heights and so forth. Side views the same. You've got some more detailed views here. So you can see your rise heights, your goings, finished floor heights up the top, void openings, etc. Okay, so we'll click back over to 3D model, and you've got a few other functions down the bottom here. So owning a company like iFab Steel and running a design office, a lot of people have different preferences when they come to views when they're designing. One of them is the perspective view. So I've added this function here. Some people like to 3D model and design in what we call orthographic view, which is something more like this, or in a perspective view, which is what I prefer. So you know, you can there's actually a slider here, so you can adjust the model to suit your preference best exactly. So so you feel free to have a play around with that as well, and just adjust it to what you feel comfortable with. Another one here, you can switch from wireframe mode to shaded modes, hidden lines and so forth. I prefer shaded with edges. That's usually what I design all my products and projects in, so I'll just leave it on that for now. A little view cube here, so this just helps you with pan or rotate, but you can do that with your mouse anyway. But if you get stuck or something doesn't work, you can just click the little orbit button just to reset it and return it back to its original. Another cool function I've added here, guys, is a measuring tool. So you can actually measure inside this 3D model, inside this configurator. So if you're a little bit unsure and you want to double check something, just click this little measure distance button and it'll snap to any corners, and you can actually check the distance between anything. Okay, so if you click the other corner, it's going to give you a distance up there of 1399. Same thing, you can click a corner down here, okay, and back here, and it's going to give you any distance you want within that room. Okay, so Pretty cool tool. If you want to double check anything that you need, it can give you the delta dimensions too, so X, Y, Z, and also diagonal measurements as well. Okay. So just click that little orbit button. It's a perfect example of how to reset it after the measuring tool. Just click that orbit button again and it'll take you back so you can actually navigate around the model again. Alright, so another visual thing we've added in here as well is the visibility. So if you're having trouble seeing the product, you can actually turn the visibility off. So if you want to turn the floors off, you can click this button, it should turn all these off. Level 1 walls, we'll switch them off. I don't want to see the balustrades, I'll turn them off as well. All I want to see is basically the stringer, so I'll turn the treads off. And then I'm basically down to just seeing the steel work only, okay? Just so you know, I'll kind of fast forward a little bit. You'll notice down here on the left-hand side is the price of the different purchasable features. Just so you know, switching these on or off does not change that, okay? This is purely for visual only, okay? So if you want to turn this scope of work off, I'll show you how to do that in a second, okay? So this is purely just so you can see different parts of the project. Okay, so I'll just turn all these back on. Okay. All right, so moving on to the left-hand side, you'll notice these collapsible tabs down here. So these are where you can start designing the different parts of your staircase, so or the product you're designing. In this case, it is a staircase. So basically, just start at the top and work your way through. So you can choose this in this particular product. You've got the floors, so you can choose different things here. So timber joist floor, just give you a quick run through. So this is the timber joist floor here. If you want to switch that to a concrete subfloor, you can do that, and it's going to turn that to a concrete slab. Void length, void width, you know, finished floor levels. So if I change that to 3400, it's going to pop that up. Okay, there you go. So you can add in different walls in this one. So you can add walls in or plasterboard balustrades and so forth, glass balustrades, whatever you like here, just by changing these functions. You can add all the walls around the bottom as well. So once again, if you're designing a staircase and you're unsure where the staircase will fall within a wall or near a door or something, you can add those functions right there, just once again to make sure you have the best visual representation of the project and what you're purchasing as well. So once again, you can adjust all the staircase here. So ideal rise height, so this is a good one. So with our configurators, you can't actually input the rise, you'll input the overall height, which is a fixed value. And then you can choose what your ideal rise would be. So like if you want the highest rise possible, which is 190, you can choose that. Or if you want something less, you can hit something like 175. And it'll adjust all these and it'll choose the exact rise height, well the closest rise height to 175. So you'll just notice something here which I'll fast forward again a little bit. It's come up here as in our compliance tab as non-compliant. So see here it says amount of rises. So choosing a 175 rise with a 3.4 overall rise, it's now come up with 20 rises, which is non-compliant. So that's a perfect example of something I was going to try to explain later. So I'll just switch that back to 190 and that's going to come up as compliant. Okay. And you'll notice here the ideal rise is 190, but it's chose a rise height of 188.9. So it's going to choose the closest rise to that. Okay. The same thing, goings, all this kind of stuff here. And if you're unsure of what the function actually does, we have these things what we call tooltips. So you can just click this little icon here and it's going to give you a quick understanding of what that function actually does. So choosing the ideal rise height, so you can see here it says this is the rise height, and it also has a recommendation as well of what it is. So if you're a little bit unsure of what to add in, you can read our recommendation here and it'll tell you what we think is the best thing to add in. Just because we design and build stairs all day, every day, it's all we do. So we have a really good insight in what you know, the best finishes and best sizes are as well. So okay, so once again, work all your way through. So fast forward again a little bit down to your purchasable features and the pricing. So if you wanted to turn this stuff off, so you've got Tazio treads here. So let me just close that down. So once again, guys, you'll see all this price here. It doesn't mean you have to buy all that. You can buy just what you want. You can buy the steelwork, you can buy the treads, you can buy just the glass, you can buy the whole thing and have it sent to you. In this case, like I don't want to buy the treads, I just want the steel work, so I'll go to tread type and I'm going to click no treads. Okay, so you'll notice that turns the price of the treads completely off. It's still like, you notice it's still like a little bit of a transparent view, so they're still there, but it's turned the price to 0, and now it'll take that out of the scope of work. Okay. So you just work your way top to bottom, guys. The questions aren't really that difficult. You can choose the handrail brackets here with little images and so forth, and you can build the product that you want quite easily. So yeah, just touched on it before, the compliancy tab. You've got a legend here. It's pretty simple, compliant or non-compliant. Get your rises, rise height, stair angle, rise opening, which is the gap between your treads, head height, unobstructed path, and slope relationship. If something pops up and you're not sure what it is, once again, just hit that live help button, and it'll be a direct line to us and we can answer your questions for you. All right, bottom tab is the purchasable features. So you can see you got the prices here for your stair stringer, your handrail, your glass, standoffs, treads, and your totals as well. The good thing about this, we use a lot of parameters to calculate our prices, so you're not sort of like, we're not overshooting. The prices are based off like square meters, number of holes, the amount of steel sheet sizes that we have to load into our CNC machines and everything. So it's really, really accurate. So you're always getting accurate and consistent pricing as well. Because I noticed one thing with like other companies, when they price, you just basically, there's a lot of guesswork, right? So I just want our customers to feel comfortable when they're buying with us that the prices are consistent and they are very accurate as well, okay? So if you want to download a quote, so let's just say you're tendering for a job or you want to present it to your client and buy it later, this is the beauty of this. When you hit download quote, it'll download a formal quote for you and you can present that to your client. It'll also save in our server and our system, it'll save all the parameters as well. So we can actually come back and reload that model exactly the way it was, okay? So I'll just add in some details here. So IFAB, steel, point of contact, me, and site address. We'll just put this address here. Ada Street, Cooper's Point. Okay. And now I'm going to hit that download button, and you'll notice that will, in a second, we'll load a formal quote for us to view. Okay, so that's loaded up. Okay, and you'll see here you get a pop up at the top, and that'll go through. It's got all this stuff here. It's got your quote number. It's got your company name, your name, and the address. And once again, you got your purchasable features here with formal pricing. You can see here treads and joinery 0, and so forth. Okay, so I'll just switch back. So if you were interested in purchasing the products straight away, you can hit buy now, and it's going to launch up this other box for you where this is going to start adding things to the cart. Okay, so it gives you the option here to once again turn something off. So like, don't feel like if it's still here you still have to buy it. So you can switch it off here, and once again when you get to the cart you can also turn it off if you do change your mind and you don't want to purchase it. Okay, so it's got all the products here, the purchasable features. And we're going to hit agree and agree, and then we're going to add that to the cart. Now, just so you know, once you hit add to cart, basically what IFAB Direct does, it'll lock this session, it'll lock all the parameters, so it can't be changed after this point. So after this point now, if you want to make any changes, you basically have to go back and start again. It's basically, you can understand why. So if you went back and made changes and we sent a product out and it was the incorrect height, it would just be too confusing for everyone. So at this point, it's locked in the server and it can't be changed. Okay, so just give that a second and you'll notice it will bring you to this window here, and it says it's successfully been added to the cart. And once again, as I just mentioned, the design is locked up for safekeeping, and click the link below and you can head over to the cart to make payment. So we'll just quickly head over to the cart, and you'll notice all the parts are here. It's actually got the quantity as 2, just because I was playing around with this before, and so it's just added a bunch of stuff. So you can see it's added all the glass standoffs you need, the treads, which are 0 anyway, the mono stringer, and so forth. So yeah, we can scroll down. A couple other functions I just wanted to show you. So if we go to proceed to checkout. So you can obviously check out here with a credit card. Okay, so you can either check out here with a credit card, or alternatively, you can generate an invoice and a bank transfer. So there's a bit of a note here on how to do it. So if you hit that and place order, it's going to automatically send you a tax invoice for payment, so you can pay that in your own time. And once we receive that money, your order will be approved and go into production as well. Okay, so that's basically it, guys. Thanks again, and look forward to potentially working with you. Awesome. See ya.